friends, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Alana. So I know it's been a minute. I kind of took a really long hiatus at the end of 2024, but I took the time in December to kind of work on content for 2025 and kind of plan out what I want this year to look like for my channel and how I want my reading to look. And so here we are again, first video of the year. And this video is going to be my goals for 2025 / my TBR as well. For 2025, I really want to continue to read down my TBR. I feel like I did a decent job of really reading the books that I own last year, and so this year I just really want to focus on reading down those books, getting rid of books that I don't necessarily need on my shelves anymore, or maybe I liked but I don't need them on my shelves, and just being more selective of what I add to my shelves and what I choose to borrow from my library. That is what I'm gonna try to strive for in 2025. Books wise, I think I'm still gonna just keep my goal at 50 to 100 books for the year. It's worked for me so far. I feel like I don't really need to try to overachieve and read over that. If I do, that's great, but it's not gonna be something I'm really striving for. I definitely want to expand my reading more. I feel like I did a good job last year of reading more nonfiction and even some classics and everything. So this year I want to do that even further and expand even more into other genres that I necessarily maybe don't touch as often. Channel wise, I definitely feel like I had some consistency at the beginning of 2024, and then the fall of 2024 happened and I just got really busy. So I think again this year my goal is, I already know I can keep up my consistency at least with the beginning of the year up into summer, and it's just the last half of the year that I always struggle with. And so this year I do want to try to find a way that I can keep my consistency but also not overwhelm myself in the fall season of 2025, and maybe that's just posting 1 or 2 videos a month if that's what my mental health can handle. And so that's what I want to strive for this year, just planning wise and everything. But also I decided to plan out kind of a tentative content plan for the year. Obviously the minor details will be flexed out once I get closer to when those videos will be posted in that month that they're going to be posted in. But I created a general idea of what I want to post each month and what that content will look like on my channel. And so I'm hoping this will also help with my consistency. So I'm kind of changing up my planning style as well, courtesy of my friend Ray over at Bookmarked Chronicles. So those are kind of my goals. Just trying to have fun with my reading this year. So that is it for my goals. Now I'm gonna go into what I'm gonna plan to read in January and what I'm hoping to enjoy. So January is going to be my month of sequels for me, partially because there are some sequels that are coming out this month that I really want to read, and then decided to go with the theme of that, basically. The first book I have on this list is the 3rd book in the 4th Wing saga, Onyx Storm. This comes out January 22nd, so I'm really excited to get my hands on this. I actually reread both 4th Wing and Iron Flame in November, so I'm just really looking forward to seeing what she does next in this 3rd book. So much has happened so far in these last 2 books that I'm just nervous as hell, because I'm could it get any worse? And the answer is always yes. So we'll see. Granted, I understand these books, they're not literary gold. Do I think these are going to win Pulitzer Prizes? No. But do I have so much fun with them? Yes. And so that's just where I'm at in my reading, where if I have fun with it, I love it. So definitely looking forward to reading this, seeing what happens next for our characters, and then hopefully loving it. So the next book I have on this list is the 4th in the Halfling Saga by Melissa Blair, and it's an Honored Vow. That one comes out January 7th, so it's actually going to be probably the first of my sequels that I pick up. I'm like so excited but sad that this series is coming to an end, because I've just really, really loved it, and I haven't read anything else like it, and it's in my heart now. This follows an assassin who is a halfling, and her people have basically been enslaved by the king. And so she originally tried to rebel, and it just was squashed down, and so she kind of gave up until she was re-inspired by this new rebellion that is taking place. And from there, she makes it her mission to bring it down the king. And so, yeah, I just have loved this so much. It's very, very much like flawed characters. She's an alcoholic when you first start this story, and so she, again, has just kind of given up on fighting back, and so you see her as this flawed woman, and then as the story goes on, she kind of is trying to redeem herself for giving up all those years. And then there's obviously like spicy romance as well and everything, so we love to see it. Alright, the next book I have on my list is Marked by PC and Kristin Cast. I have decided that I'm going to read through the series, starting with this book. So, I mean, I've always liked the first 3 books. I've just, like, I don't know what it is, I get distracted or what. So, we're gonna give it one more try and see how it goes. This series follows this girl named Zoe Redbird. She lives in this world where vampires exist, but you don't I don't think you can become a vampire by being turned. You become a vampire if the spirit chooses you. So when you do, a mark appears on your forehead, and you have like 24 to 48 hours to get to a vampire school, or else you'll die. And so once you get to the school, they train you on what it means to be a vampire and what it means to really be in this, like, society. So at the start of the story, Zoe's in school, and she becomes marked, and she is immediately, sent to the school, which is the House of Night. And from there, she gets introduced to this whole new world, and she's, like, realizing that maybe her place in this world is very much hated, and there's like more to why she's here than she initially thought. The next book I have on this list is Fate of the Sun King by NIsha J. Tuli. This is the 3rd book in the Style of the Sun Queen series quartet. The last book just came out last month, which is why I'm like, alright, time to read the 3rd book. And I'm really looking forward to this, because the first 2 books were really good. A lot of things happened, and so I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen in this 3rd book and how the author chooses to end this quartet, essentially. This series follows a girl who has been imprisoned all her life, and then in the first book, she is broken out of that prison for a reason that she does not understand. And she is forced to take part in the Sun Queen trials by the Sun King. And at first she's kind of enraptured by him, and then she kind of starts to realize that maybe he's not who he seems to be. And you also start to realize that she's kind of an unreliable narrator, and that she actually knows more than she's even telling you as to the reason why she's been imprisoned all these years. And so there's also another character in play who is the son of the Aurora King, which is the king that imprisoned her originally. And he is also trying to figure out how to bring down his father, and realizes that she may be the key to help him. And then the last book I have on this list is A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer Armentrout. So I was reinvigorated to finally dive back into the From Blood and Ash world. I actually reread the first 3 books in the series in December, and I decided that this new year I wanted to start and read it in publishing order. So I wanted to reread the first 3 and then start the new year by reading the first book in the prequel series, and then continue on from there for the rest of the year. So that is my goal, and I'm going to start with this book. It's a chunker. It's 25 hours freaking long, but I am dedicated. I am going to give it a try. I am slightly looking forward to it, slightly not looking forward to it. All I know about this prequel series is I believe it follows Nyktos, which is the god of the world that we're seeing within From Blood and Ash. And I think it's him and his consort who they're mentioned a lot in the first 3 books. And so I think this is their story and like how we get to where we are when From Blood and Ash starts with all of the gods being asleep. But that's all I know, and that's kind of all I want to know. Like, I want to go in and see how this plays out, because honestly, this reread actually sparked my interest even more about the gods and just what role they played in everything that's happened so far. Alright, so those are my goals for 2025, and that is my TBR for January. Hopefully I can get through these. I think I can. Usually at the beginning of the year I have a lot of energy to read. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, leave all that in the comment section. Wish me luck, please. What are you reading in this first half of the year or the first month of the year? What are some series that you're eyeing to start? Let me know, please, down below. If you are not good at commenting, I'm going to go ahead and say leave me an emoji down below. Leave me an emoji that gives you New Year vibes. And if you like the video, please like it down below. I'm trying to get back here, friends. I'm trying to get back here. And if you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful new year. I wish everybody joy, laughter, anything else you want, money, whatever you need, I wish it upon you. And yeah, you guys are awesome flowers in a world full of weeds.